Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out a lumens price chart, and I still believe that we are probably going to get a move on the upside, but that move may not necessarily be that important. So, are you ready? Let's dive in and see what is going on. And if you remember, the last time that we talked about XLM, we were around these areas, and the idea was that hopefully, on a higher degree, we're gonna have 5 up in here, followed by a correction down into wave 2, and after it's over, let's count on a decent move up into wave 3, 4, 5. And we specifically talked about this head and shoulder structure, and we said, look, this pattern is not confirmed yet. We need to wait a bit more until we get a confirmed break of the neckline. And you might say we did break it, but we absolutely didn't. Why is that? Because here is our neckline, and if you want to say this is broken, you need to see an initial move above here, followed by a pullback and then a continuation of the move up in order to take this important high. Okay, so going just above this line for like a very brief period of time is absolutely not enough, and that may fool you into believing that maybe we have confirmed this pattern and from here we're going to get a move up. But as you can see, that definitely didn't happen. However, it doesn't really mean that this pattern is not going to work anymore. No, in fact, I would argue now this is going to be our left shoulder followed by our head, and this can still act as our right shoulder. But again, just be patient and see a confirmed break of the neckline, and at that point, yep, you can expect, let's say, about a 10% move on the upside from here to reach to about, let's say, the 39 cents area, which is definitely not that bad. But here is the situation. Even if we get that move, from my POV, it's not really going to be enough. Okay, what really matters is what are we going to do after that move up that we may see in the short term. Are we going to have a very strong move down, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe we're gonna have like a very slow and choppy move down? If we do this, great sign, and at that point you can count on another move up, and you're gonna be able to, on a higher degree, argue, look, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a fantastic sign in terms of Elliott Waves, suggesting the lowest end. And much more important than that, hopefully we are not going to hang around this very important support area anymore and threaten that we are going to maybe get a break of it. Because if we, God forbid, break this level, at that point under here, I really have a hard time finding a decent support area until all the way down here between 25 to about 27.5 cents. So if we get a move up from the current point, a lot of good things at that point are going to happen. And here is my final point. You see, in the short term, I do think that we are probably going to have in this area most likely a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure in order to take the highs for the first target around 36.5 cents. But after it, there is a chance that we are going to see a move down. However, pay attention, that move is not necessarily going to be a bad sign. When is it that we're going to say, you know what, that's not good? When we get a strong move down in order to actually take this important low down here about 35 cents, because at that point you are going to see me argue, look, this is just a simple ABC zigzag, and well, unfortunately our move down is going to continue. So for now, let's be still optimistic and count on this head and shoulder to play out in order to send us higher. And at that point, we're going to make new updates and see what might be next. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in a lumens price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.